Why is it a bad argument saying that JuJu Smith Schuster is going to be double teamed and not do as well as people think in 2019? Here's why I think that's crazy talk. There are plenty of wide receivers in the NFL that don't have an elite stud opposite them. Mike Thomas, DeAndre Hopkins. Mike Thomas is a great example because he too, like JuJu Smith Schuster, has one of the best rushing attacks in the league. Now, whether I think it's going to be Samuels or Connor or both of them, that regardless, the Pittsburgh Steelers rushing attack will be good. It will be very potent, just like the Saints rushing attack is. Because of that rushing attack in Pittsburgh keeping defenses honest, Juju's going to have no problem seeing single coverage or at least getting open all over the field. He's also an elusive receiver, much like Antonio Brown, where you can't contain him like you can other receivers with double coverage and with different defensive schemes. Juju and AB are very, very unique and talented wide receivers, and I keep comparing him to AB because I think that Juju plays a lot like him. And another funny perspective to me is that people act like AB leaving, Le'Veon Bell leaving makes this team a team that's not going to do well in 2019. Will they be the same team? No. Will they be as powerful? Probably not. But the trio of Roethlisberger, that rushing attack, whether it's Samuels or Connor or both, and JuJu Smith Schuster, those are three core offensive players that a lot of teams don't even have. So just because you take pieces away from a very awesome offense does not mean that offense is left crippled. Juju has the talent to be a number one fantasy wide receiver in 2019 and for the future. He could be a top 5 to 7 fantasy wide receiver. The volume will be there, the balance for that offense will be there, and defenses won't be able to contain and focus on Juju given how much that team can still spread the ball all the way around the field. Don't forget that Jalen Samuels is probably the second best wide receiver on that team. He was tight end eligible in college. He was actually tight end eligible in a lot of Yahoo leagues last year. They might move him all over the field. Even if Connor is given the keys to the starting lineup, which I predict that news will break that kind of shakes all that up and turns things upside down in fantasy worlds. But even if Connor does get the keys to the starting lineup, Samuels could be used early and often. The running backs coach for the Pittsburgh Steelers was Samuels' coach in college at NC State, and he made Samuels a very productive receiving back. He will use Samuels in 2019. That's part of the drama I think will get stirred up eventually that people are not talking about right now when they rank James Conner number 9 overall. Point being that the Steelers have a lot of options. They have better receiving options than people think. JuJu Smith Schuster will have an amazing 2019, and this talk about him not being able to get open because he's going to see double teams, it's crazy talk. Believe JuJu in 2019.